It was a beautiful night here last night at Pearll Bay. No wind whatsoever this morning, dead flat, glass out, no swell. We had 9 boats here last night and they've all gone. And we're just going to move around the corner into Port Clinton, one of the northern anchorages of Port Clinton, because there's a little bit of northerly coming this afternoon and tonight. And tomorrow we're going to ride that down to Yeppoon. Woohoo! Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. So where are we, Mon?
Delcoin.
Delcomen Bay.
Delcomen Bay, Delcomen Island.
It's very pretty, isn't it?
It is. Very rocky again, some rocky cliff faces.
Really is a shame that this beautiful little bay has been littered with plastic and stuff. Be a good project for the next Clean Up Australia Day, I reckon, to get this place back to looking good. What a beautiful spot we're in today. It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
This is Delcomen Bay, we found out, and always love Pearll Bay. It's a very pretty spot, but I think this one even beats it. It's probably great in the weather we've got now because we've got a little bit of northerly blowing, so that'd blow into Pearll Bay a bit. But bit of swell on the beach here, but we're not noticing it on the boat at all. It must wrap around and then come back onto the beach. But yeah, it's very flat, and we've probably only got about 5 knots of northerly at the moment. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get a bit more, and we're heading
Away we go, Yeppoon.
Well, good morning. 2 o'clock and we're up. I'm going to get ready to head down to Yeppoon. Not much breeze here, but I think we should have the tide going with us, and yeah, we'll get going. It'll be pretty calm conditions, but we'll get on the road. Great night to be out at sea, dead flat, no wind, not even thinking about the sail at the moment, but we're getting along alright, 5.5 knots, tide's flooding now, and I think that helps us get south, so yeah, we should be down at Yeppoon around about 8 o'clock in the morning, I think. Very pleasant out here, but yeah, it'd be good to get a little bit of wind and get some sail out, but not going to happen. Pretty comfortable though. Sun's just on the way up. Got a little bit of breeze happening, and I'm going to set a bit of sail. Got about another 5 hours down to Yeppoon. We've just passed Cape Manifold, the sun's on the way up, and we've just got a bit of sail out. Well, the sail's away, no wind, dead flat, very glassy out here. I've got the line set up and the fenders out. We're about 40 minutes out of the marina now, so just got to set the boat up so I can get in and get tied up. We'll make ourselves there for a few days, resupply, put a bit of water on. Don't know if I'll refuel or not, probably. And back out to Great Keppel Island, only probably an hour's trip once we've finished in the marina. And I hope we get a bit more weather like this when we're out there, because it's it'll be really nice. No one on the fuel dock, so I think we might just head over and fuel up. Well, big day today. I was up really early this morning. Mon had to get on the train at 3 o'clock. She's off to Brisbane and she'll be away for a week, maybe nearly 2. So while she's away, I've got a few jobs to do on the boat. I'm going to varnish in the cabin here. A lot of the trims had the varnish rubbed off just from use, so I'm going to re-varnish all the trim. I've got to service the engines, change the filters, do all that things, a bit of touch-up work to do on the outside of the boat. I'll get that done, and the grand final's in a week or two, so hopefully we'll stay here for that as well. But I'll get these jobs done. It's a lot easier to pull the boat apart while Mon's away, and yeah, she'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll probably head back out to Great Keppel. Anyway, into some jobs. I have actually pulled all the cushions out of the saloon. I'm just going to touch up a little bit of trim in the saloon area, so that's the job for today. Okay, so I've varnished all around here, around the saloon table. All the trim around the top here. We took a fair bit of paint off where you grab there, where you're going up and down the stairs into the galley. I've done all the trim there. I've done all the trim here. Bit the same happening there, bit of paint coming off where you hand hold it. I've done the trim around that door, gets a bit weathered out here. And I've done the arms on our deck chairs, fantastic. So that's 2 coats, and I'll get maybe another 4 on, I think. I'll try and put 6 on, and that should be a really good job then I'll move on to the next little chore. Okay, another day in the marina, what's going on? Both engine hatches open, and I'm replacing oil filters and fuel filters this morning. Got access to an oil dump here so I can get rid of my old oil, and it's a bit of a chore, but I feel pretty good this morning, so I'll do a bit of engine room aerobics and get stuff done down here. So I do these motors every 150 hours, that's what the specs call for, so we change the oil filters and the fuel filters. Bit of a big one, but yeah, look after them and hopefully they look after me, touch wood. Last job is to take the oil up to the oil dump and get rid of it, and get rid of the old filters and things like that. Something I've started using on the motors as they get a bit older. It's liquid moly friction reducer. I think it pays dividends. It just makes the oil a little bit slipperier. Well, off into Rocky this afternoon to pick up lunch. All my jobs are done and it'll be great to have her back. It takes about an hour to drive to Rockhampton. Thanks to Roscoe for lending me the ute. Good on you, mate. So here we are, back at Yeppoon with Monica back.
Yay, hello.
Get all the stuff you had to do done down there, darling?
Pretty much. A couple of things left over till October, but pretty much.
So what's the plan now?
Well, I think Great Keppel today, yay.
I got a few jobs done on the boat while Mum was away, and yeah, we're ready to go again. Let's do it. Well, a beautiful morning to be out of the marina. We've just left, we're heading out to Great Keppel. We've got some wind coming later this week, I think Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. It's up around 30 knots, so we're going to try and find somewhere to hide out of that. They call it the GKI shuffle when you're out here because you tend to move around to get out of the wind. Anyway, good to be out of the marina, especially on a day like this. Well, I've anchored here a little bit tongue-in-cheek because we're on a bit of a lee shore. I'm going to keep a really good eye on it tonight and tomorrow because there's a bit of northwesterly blowing, but it's supposed to go around to the southeast, and that'll mean it'll be coming from this direction, and we'll be getting good protection in this little corner. So I'm going to try and hang here and maintain this spot and just see how we go. So what do you think, Mon? Good to be back out?
Oh, it's lovely to be back out here. Yeah, look at this sunset. Beautiful.
Well, bugger is all I can say.
A handle thing in the water.
I put the windlass handle off the anchor winch over the side while I was anchoring this morning, bugger, but sort of marked it and had one swim with the tide in, couldn't find it. It was about 4.5 metres. I could get to the bottom but couldn't stay there for long, it was quite murky. And then it took me about, I guess, half an hour when the tide was out and I was only in about a metre and a half of water, and eventually found it. So very good. It's been a great day. We've got out and had a walk this morning, and we'll do the same tomorrow. It looks like the weather's going to fine up a little bit, which is fantastic. We should have a very calm night here, I think. Great. So that's the end of another day at Fisherman's Beach, Great Keppel Island. We like staying here at Great Keppel. We've got a great spot in Fisherman's Beach here, especially if the wind's easterly, which it has been for the last week or so. So it's a good anchorage in an easterly wind, and it's very comfortable here. The beach is easy to get to. It's not too shelving, so you can get the dinghy on the beach. It's about probably a 1k walk up to the hideaway. It's got a restaurant, and you know, you can get coffee there, and it's just pretty laid back. I don't even have to put shoes on. So. We certainly like it here. Lovely beach. This is Fisherman's Beach.
Clear water.
Clear water, crystal clear water, and I guess the weather's starting to get more conducive to having a swim, and you can have a swim here without worrying about crocodiles in crystal clear water. Lovely beach to walk on, and the other thing is we can get coffee, and that's what we're doing right now. We're going to meet a couple of YouTube followers up there. Something a bit different this morning. This is where we usually come for coffee every day, but we decided to come up for brekkie this morning, so they do good breakfasts here. We've met John and Kylie off Turtle, and they've got their own little YouTube channels called Cruising Turtle. Cruising Turtle, so keep an eye out for John and Kylie on the Cruising Turtle site. I'm just checking the anchor chain, and I've got plenty out, probably got more anchor out than I've had out for a long while. We've had some really good weather. The wind's changed now, and tonight we're supposed to get up around 35 knots. So we're in at Fisherman's Beach, and we're keeping pretty well out of the swell, even though there's a bit coming around the corner here. I'd like to be further up in under the point here, but it's just a little bit too shallow to get that far up. So we have to ride it out here. It's not too bad, definitely a lot better than being further out. And we've got about 2 or 3 days of this, and then yeah, we might get some better weather again. Anyway, got to take the good with the bad. We haven't had any excursions ashore today. Just been on board. Lon's been cooking, I've been editing. I've got 2 videos, I think, in the can, as they say in the business. And yeah, it's good to do that, but tomorrow we're going to have to go and have a pretty long walk because we're going to need it, and we'll get up to the hideaway for coffee, I guess. But yeah, it hasn't been a great day, but looks like the forecast is for a bit better weather tomorrow, so we're looking forward to that. Well, when the weather's like this, I always like to do a bit of editing. And you guys can help out. You can subscribe to the channel, doesn't cost anything. Share it out with your mates. If you've got anyone into boats, let them know. Or comment or like. All things that help the YouTube algorithm get me out there. So look, I'm glad you've enjoyed the vid. I'll see you next week.